my damn souls in between. Welcome back to another week of Old Soul in the Young World with your host, Jessie Ellie. Yo, this is the first show. If you're not watching on YouTube, I hope that you heard that. You know, we got 2 bottles of Prosecco popped in the studio tonight. First time ever. Here with Cindy G Beauty. What up, girl?
Hey, glad to be here.
Super happy, guys, to have her on the show. Episode 41. Actually, before we started the show, we already popped another bottle, so we're just gonna, hold off on those for a second.
Where's the dead? We already killed one.
Where's the dead one? R.I.P. Proseccos.
R.I.P.
And it's actually pretty funny because I feel like me and Cindy, connected over Prosecco.
Literally.
I think I met you before, but then at Baldwin's birthday, shout out Baldwin, shout out Ciroc Poppy. We the champagne mommies, though. You feel? Champagne mommies, ayy.
No, literally, when I met you and you're like, Prosecco's my shit. That's all I drink.
I'm like, with the bottle.
I'm gonna like her.
You were like, girl, yes, pop that open. You were like, is it cold though?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Speaking of that, I brought my own ice bucket. Well, a mop bucket. Full of ice. So that's where this is gonna go. If you're asking where my bottle went.
This girl literally has a blue plastic mop bucket, like a Spanish mom pulling up with her fucking bucket.
To be fair, we had one of those fancy little things where you put ice in a bottle, but it went missing. So I was like, whatever.
Don't even worry.
I'm borrowing this.
We're not that bougie here. This is Old Soul Young World, so don't worry about that. But seriously, guys, just want to shout out Cindy G Beauty. I know you've been doing your thing for a little bit. You know, I honestly don't know how long you've been doing your thing, but I know it has been a little bit. Could you give us a background of when you started, who the fuck you are, and what your business is?
So, for those of you that don't know, I'm a hairdresser at Cindy G Beauty, cindygbeauty.com.
Don't forget the G.
Don't forget the G.
Cindy G Beauty. She's a cutie.
Got your girl looking like a real fucking cutie. So I've been licensed for about...
Oh, damn. She's going to age herself right now.
No, it's only been about 7 years because I did decide to do the college thing first.
Good for you, girl.
But when I say decide, it was more like everyone made me feel like I needed college. Because I knew from high school, I was like, I want to do hair. This is what I want to do. But then they're like, no, are you sure? You're young. You should go to college. And I'm like, well, I want to do hair, so I'll go to beauty school. And then if I still want to go to college, I'll go. They're like, no, you should do college
first.
And it's like, okay, I guess I need to go to college. So that's what I did.
What the hell did you go to college for?
I did business entrepreneurship because I figured...
That fits in perfect.
Right. I was like, what's the closest thing that'll match to hair and business and money?
Yeah.
So that's what I did because I'm like, what else am I going to do? Go fucking be a nurse?
Right.
And then go be a hairdresser?
To waste your time, yeah.
So that's what I did.
It's a smart move, for real.
Got my bachelor's degree at UMass Lowell and then...
Hey.
And then I took a maybe 5-6 month break, went right to beauty school for 8 months and then got my license and I've been doing it ever since. I knew that's what I wanted to do. Yeah. My mom's a hairdresser and that's where I work now. So people are like, oh, you just want to do it because she's doing it. It's like, no, I just genuinely like it.
Yeah. So your mom kind of got you into it a little bit, would you say? Or was it kind of would you be going to the shop with her when you were little and kind of learning how to braid?
I had no choice. I had to be there. But I was I started doing washing hair and doing roller sets early, but I didn't really do anything else but clean and be her bitch.
Yeah, right. I used to be a beauty bitch too. I used to sweep the shop.
Yeah, I was picking up the phone.
I worked part-time at this hairdresser's.
Every time she would cut your hair, she's like, Cindy, come sweep. I'm like, dude,
Cinderella, come out of the closet.
At least give me a 5 or something. But I guess I must have been influenced some way because how else would I find that love for it? But I didn't want to work for her, but she needed help, and so I helped her, and then I just kind of been there ever since. Because at the same time, she kind of lets me do my thing.
Yeah.
So
even though what's your mom's shop? Do you mind shouting it out?
The Amara Salon in Salem. She's had it for...
I've driven by there so many times.
Girl,
never knew it was your mom's shop.
It's right near Majors.
That's
It's been there for like
crazy.
maybe 27, 28 years. I
Shout
don't
out
know.
to Yamadas.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at if you want to find me.
And through there, you kind of have your own like business, like you do weddings and different type of like private stuff, or
So
is that like completely separate?
So my wedding thing, it's kind of incorporated, kind of not, because
Wedding season.
I'm there. I'm there 5 days a week doing, blow drying, color, styling, cuts, all the regular stuff. But I got into wedding season like maybe 5 years ago because someone just wanted to get married and they were like, "Can you do this?" And then once I started doing one or two, I was like, there is money in this business.
Yeah.
And I was charging cheap too. Once I started seeing what people are
You
charging.
always undervalue yourself when you
Yeah.
first start out. You're like, I'm not good enough for this. And then you're like, what?
Yeah, but
That
especially
person got
since you
twice as
don't
much.
have that much experience, you're like, I can't
You, like,
charge what these
discredit
people.
yourself a little bit.
Yeah, but once I started gaining that like experience and knowledge, my price started going up and up, and more people started inquiring. And then I was like, damn,
And your
this is
confidence
good
with it too,
money.
because it's like, it's okay that you charge that much. You know what I mean? Because you're getting the quality, like everything, you're getting the service.
Yeah.
So it's like, it matches up to it.
Yeah, once you gain that confidence, you're like, all right, I'm doing good. I'm gonna charge more. But at first, like, I would charge cheap, and every time I went to a wedding, I would call my mom and be like, "Oh, I'm nervous. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ruin her whole wedding." And she'd be like, "Shut the fuck up. You're fine."
You're fine. Yeah.
So now, like, I go in like, I did that shit. See you soon. But no, it's good money. So I kind of do it on the side, but it's still kind of incorporated with the salon because I do like their hair trials at the salon, and like I bring in people. Like my mom will refer people from the salon, be like, "Oh, you getting married?
Yeah.
Oh, your cousin's getting married. My daughter
like
does weddings."
a family business type vibe.
So it's like it's my own thing, my own money, but it's kind of she helps me out.
Yeah.
and I do like trials there.
That's how it should be. Oh, we have a podcast foul. Podcast. I'm gonna hit every button I got. And you guys have like no fucking towels. That's fire. Cindy just spilled her whole Prosecco. It's not that we're lit, but we might be. Well, that was, one for the records, one for the books.
One thing about me, I may be trying to get all these girls cute and shit, but I am clumsy. Literally, I did a black hair dye today. If you didn't see me with the long sleeve, I still have black dye all over my damn arm.
Girl.
I really do.
I believe that. You're talking to the clumsy queen right here. I literally trip over my own feet when I'm walking. I'm like, this is like ridiculous.
I'm so clumsy.
Not wearing heels, mind you.
No, literally
Anyways.
in sneakers. People are like, did you just trip on air?
Literally.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. But I wanted to chop it up with you a little bit about, I know you like to vacation. I like to vacation.
Yes.
Girl, I have to do it. It's like my only times where I'm like, okay. Like, I know how you feel how I feel because you're a hard worker and, like, you're always doing your shit. And it's like when you go on vacation, you can kind of put your shit aside or, like you said, like, celebrate some stuff. You know what I mean? Be like, okay. I'm like.
You reward yourself.
That's yourself. I get to go treat myself, like, feel good, dress up, like, have a good time.
Yeah.
So where'd you come back from?
I just came back from Mexico.
With that tan.
Yeah, so that's why I don't look so pale during December, because usually in December, I'm ghostly.
Facts.
So
Tell me about
just came
it.
back from Mexico. I did the most weddings I've ever done, 25 this year.
What?
25 weddings.
What?
So once I was like...
Cindy G.
Yeah, so once I was finishing up, I'm like, I'm doing a vacation.
Yes, you deserve it.
So I ended up going to Cabo.
Hey. My supposed to be vacation place when COVID went. So I think I told you this, but
You did.
I had my ticket, me and my girl, we had our tickets booked, we had our hotel booked, we had a full resort. My first time ever going to like an all-inclusive resort booked.
COVID.
COVID hits the week before we're going on vacation. Goodbye, Cabo.
This is the COVID.
Bye, COVID. And Omicron. We're done with all of y'all.
Bitch, bye.
Bitch, bye. But yeah, so you kind of like, I'm living through you. I'm just like, I want to know.
Tan.
Yeah, I'm living through your tan. I'm living through your memories. Like, I just want to know, is it everything that I've heard? Is it like a dope party place? Is it like high-end A-lister celebrity vibes? Or is it like not? Is it like Cancun vibes? Like, what do you get from it?
I've been to Cancun and Cabo.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of similar, but at the same time, it's not. I feel like Cabo has a lot of like scenic views. Like it has the arcs, it has a lot of like mountains and greenery. Like even when you're just driving from the airport, you're like looking around, like, oh, this is cool. Like usually when you're driving from Cancun airport, you're like, you just see like tumbleweeds and shit. You're like, literally, oh man, what did I get myself into? But I feel like they have the same kind of like party scene, like the hotel zone, like full of clubs.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the same. They definitely have a lot more nicer hotels, I felt like. So I feel like it was a little nicer. So I think.
Were you on a resort?
I did go to an all-inclusive resort, but we did go out a lot at the same time.
So, like, I'm wondering, because I recently went to Mexico as well, but not to Cabo.
Yeah.
I went to... So it was called Playa del Carmen.
Oh, I actually went there when I went to Cancun.
Yeah. So I stopped in Cancun. We went on a excursion for the day. So you like go to Cancun, you like meet on the beach, and then they take you on the boat. So I only went to Cancun literally like to go on the beach and like go on the boat. But it's weird because the resort, I'm wondering if this is the same with Cabo for you. We were on an all-inclusive resort, but it's weird. You would like go out of the resort. It was like a gated community almost. But even within the gated community, there was like poverty and there was like street stuff going on. And like, but then if you leave the gated community, then you're in like the streets of Puerto Rico. But it's weird because like within the gated community, there still were like, I'm sorry, of Mexico. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
I was like, wait, what trip are we talking about?
I've also been to Puerto Rico. Anyways, another day, another story. But were you guys like in a gated thing?
So every time I've stayed at all-inclusive, it's like pretty, like very gated. And whenever you
like
go
in, they're like,
have
to pick you up and shit.
Who are you?
Yes.
Like, so this one wasn't as gated. And we didn't really see like those like poor communities, like, because it's quick to like change like that. It's like tourists and then boom, you're out of it. So I didn't see that so much in the Cabo area like I did with Cancun, because I did experience that there.
Yeah.
Although when you are in like Cabo San Lucas, like downtown, there's so many people like begging, trying to sell you everything. Even at like 1 a.m., there's little children selling you like crazy shit.
Did it not break your heart?
It did.
I bought a hand-stitched lion for my niece from this little girl who was like sitting on a blanket on the street. I was like, but then I walked to the next blanket, and then there was like a mom with like two kids.
That's cute though. Like these little kids were trying to sell me like headbands that said like boss bitch, I love dick, like I love hairy pussy. I'm like, you let your child sell that? Like, I hope they don't know English.
Like they don't even know what it says.
I was like, I hope they don't know English, because that child is selling that sign at like 1 a.m. Like, that's what breaks my heart.
That's
like,
crazy.
At least that child is selling lions.
Yeah. But it's weird because the dynamic there, like you hear about Mexico, you know what I mean? And like, it's fun, it's this party place. But when you go there, it's really a whole different experience. Like, you don't realize that there is that fine line of like, okay, now you're in like poverty, or now you're in the like the real areas where it's like, you know, whatever. But your party experiences, I mean, I'm sure like it was like
the good thing was that I felt like this, even though I was still exhausted, like each trip reminds me that I'm getting older. But it was a good mix of like
same.
Rich is over there like, yo.
Shout out, shot for shot.
It was like a good mix of like relaxation and partying. Because there was like days where I would just spend hours like laying by the pool, like on a big chair while like the guy came around with a drink. I'm like, yep, margarita. But then there would be nights that we'd go out and, you know, we're partying all night, and it's like, you know, whatever, like I don't like clubs, I don't party like that, but how often do you do this? You know, you're doing something different, you're vacation, you're a different country, like why not?
Facts.
So
I think it's just like going out though, like I was like, okay, is it okay for us to go out? Like I want to be like, okay, are we going to be safe?
It's a little nerve-wracking when you're out, especially in an area you don't know.
Facts. But like when I went, I was like, oh, there's like a lot of diverse crowd. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like it was like
a lot of the clubs
unsafe.
They're mostly tourists.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. So we got out of the taxi, and this guy, I guess it's his job to like come grab tourists, but like there was like clubs and like venues and stuff up and down the street. As soon as we got out of the taxi, this guy came over and we like couldn't even speak. Like there was like 3 of us. It was like me, my friend, and her sister. And we were trying to talk about like where we were going to go. And he was just like, girls, ladies, come in here, like $25 each.
Very in your face.
And I'm like, hold on, like let's just talk for a second. And we're like trying to walk, and he's like following us. And like
Uber in Mexico, that's what we use a lot, and it was cheap.
Oh, really? I didn't know there was
and
an Uber.
They didn't bother you. Yeah.
What?
I'm assuming
he was like
if
a
it was
street
in Cabo,
goer though. He was like a random like.
Yeah, I'm assuming if it's in Cabo, it's in wherever you were, but we used so much Uber. It was cheap. They didn't bug you.
Wow, Uber Mexico. Yeah. Shout out.
Oh my God. Speaking of that, we got ourselves into a situation one night where we didn't even want to go out, but we're like, we leave Monday was Saturday night, and we don't want to go all out Sunday night.
Yeah.
So we're like, we got to go out tonight, even though we were like, dead, tired, heartburn, everything under the sun. But we're like, we gotta go out. It took us like 3 hours to finally like get ready and go out, but we went out. We didn't know the freaking places were all gonna close at like 12:30. Oh. So we only got like 1 hour of
that happened to us too.
Oh my God, we were so pissed. So this girl that was...
There's still COVID hours, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're like, oh yeah, they're closing because of COVID. We're like...
COVID who, girl?
It's like... If you were that worried about COVID, you wouldn't even have these places open.
I feel you.
No, but we knew a girl there that was in our hotel. She was in the same club. She's like, I know a place because she's from there. We're like, okay, we'll go. Connects. She made us walk like freaking 10 blocks at like 12:30 a.m. All these people like, hey, girl. I'm like, damn, like this shit's sketchy. Like, what am I doing right now? She ended up bringing us to a fucking strip club. She's like, yeah, this is the only place open. I'm like, you couldn't have told me that?
Wait, there's a strip club over there?
Yeah. Like, not that I'm opposed to strip clubs. Hey, whatever. I'll throw some ones. But like, I was like, why didn't you tell us this? Yeah, they didn't want to let us in unless we bought a bottle.
They did that to us too. I'm not going to lie. That's not really a surprise.
We bought a shitty-ass bottle. They kept adding like weird-ass expenses. There was these guys from our hotel too. They were being like super thirsty. Yep. One of those girls that came with us, we kept losing her. Until we like for real just lost her. So we were pissed because we were
tracker on
we were stressed like looking after her. So we didn't leave there till like 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
We got an Uber though.
Yep.
And I was like, man, please tell me there is tacos open somewhere.
Somebody give her a taco. Cindy G needs a taco.
I will literally cut off my titty right now for a taco. Like that's how bad I wanted. I'm like, this night just like we should have just stayed in our beds and not gone out like we didn't want to. And we would have saved mad money.
Right.
Like, I just want a fucking taco and I'll be happy. This guy was like, I think I know a place. I'm like,
oh no.
You know a place? I'll buy you tacos. How many you want? Like, I got you.
You're my friends now. We're having soft tacos later.
Being so lit at 4 a.m. Like, you take me anywhere. I'll take a taco.
I wasn't even that lit because we were so like annoyed about that girl that we were just like,
you're just over it.
I just wanted tacos. Yeah. And my friend too, she was like, I want tacos. So then a taco. and the tacos over there, they're not like here. They're fucking bomb.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Authentic.
And
they're not
natural.
Even like here. Like
it's like you don't even have to put a lot. You don't even.
Are your soft shells? Where's your?
I never had a hard shell over there.
Yeah, they were all soft shell. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very different.
All amazing.
Yep.
But the guy was like pulling up to the place. He's like, oh man, I don't think it's closed. I swear, I felt like I was about to cry when he was like, I don't think it's open. But then he pulled up to the guy. He's like, yo, you're still serving tacos? He's like, yeah, what you want? I was like,
yes, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Hallelujah.
Oh my God.
Give her a taco.
I know. We ordered like 3
How many tacos?
We ordered 3 each, even though afterwards I was like, damn, I should have ordered like 7 each. And then after that, I was like, boy, what you want? Order whatever you want. And then he orders this taco. I'm like, you want a drink too? Like, get whatever you want. Thanks. And then I was on the way back to the hotel, like, I'm so fucking happy. I forgot about everything. I'm so happy.
Yo, for real. It's those days though, like those nights, like when you go out and you're like, yo, I just should have stayed in. Like I could have ordered food or whatever and chilling, save the time. But it's a good memory. So
it's a good memory,
it's about.
but if you're not up for going out and it really takes you that much effort to go out, just stay home.
Yeah.
Just stay home,
Mexico,
people.
especially if you're in Mexico, you're in a whole nother country. Like, I get yourself together. Like, I remember we went out. We went to a club, like, same type vibe as you guys. We did not know when we went in we would have to buy a bottle. We had to buy a hookah. With the hookah, you had to buy the refill. It was like this whole fucking...
They hustled you.
Yo, we were being hustled, but like I feel like we were also like, we just want to have a fun night out. So like we'll just keep... But they were like, oh, look at these white girls. Just keep throwing your money at us. And we're like, all right, well, we want to have a good time.
Because when you're on vacation, it's like, if it's 200, you're like, between us two, okay, what's 100 each?
Split it up.
You know?
And then you get home, though, and you're looking at your credit card bills, and you're like, oh, shit. You're like...
Was it worth it?
Okay, 100 each split up, and then 100 each split up, and 100, and then it just keeps going. You're like, oh, damn. But good memories, so that's all that matters, really.
When I was looking at my statement coming back, I was like...
Yo, girl, same. But I would definitely go back. I don't know if you feel the same, but...
Oh, no, I love Mexico. That was my first time in Cabo, but it was like my fourth time in Mexico.
Yeah.
And
Cabo is my next goal.
You should. I liked Cabo a lot.
Yeah.
But I think there's more like excursions when it comes to that area that you were. There's like more things to do, like they have more parks.
Yeah,
and
they definitely did. We went to like an explore park.
Yeah.
It was like crazy. Like
Things
we did
like
some
that.
like fun stuff.
So there's more to do, but I did like Cabo a lot. But I wanted to actually go to a different country, but with COVID, so many restrictions.
Which country are you trying to go to?
Girl, I looked at so many, but...
I've been wanting to go DR for a while. I mean, that's not...
DR and Mexico are probably the only ones that like don't have crazy restrictions, but everywhere else we were just like, fuck it, we don't want to like go through all that shit, so let's just go to Mexico.
Well, my parents were like trying to travel to Italy this year, and they're like, nah, like we're gonna wait because it's just not worth it.
My friend wanted to do Europe, and it's like, that's too much work.
With everything that's going on, like all the restrictions, whatever.
Wait.
Yeah, so
even though Omni whatever Cron is probably gonna keep fucking shit up for the next year or so.
We're over it. But yeah, so I mean, it was super fun, and you know, I definitely want to go back in the future, but it was enough for me. I feel like when I was there, like there was a lot of heckling. I don't know if you got that, but like a lot of like, oh, do you ladies want like fucking ecstasy and like coke and like I don't know, all this stuff.
During
and I'm just
the
like,
nightlife,
okay, like we're good. We're on a family vacation right now, but thanks.
During the nightlife, I did get that a lot of, do you want this? You want this? You want this?
Well, I told you, I was kind of asking around, like, so I'm a big, if you've listened to the podcast, you will know I'm a weed advocate, I'm a cannabis advocate. I've smoked for a very long time. So every time I go on vacation, I will always, and my friend Ashley can back this up, I always make the effort to try to get some weed. It doesn't matter where I'm at. And if I don't get it, then I don't get it. But I always try to make the conscious effort just because it makes me feel good. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? We're in Mexico. Maybe I'll try.
Right.
It really didn't work out too well, but like I still put some effort. But like it's just, you know.
Did you smoke though in Mexico?
I did.
Was it good?
No, it was not.
It was not good.
It was the shittiest cannabis I've ever consumed in my existence. And because the thing is there, and I think you kind of brought this up earlier.
Yeah, they take advantage of tourists.
Well, yes, but they also don't like to sell like marijuana. Like I feel like it's weird. Like in other places that you travel, even though you would think like, oh, okay, this might be okay, they're not like cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was talking to someone on a boat tour that I did in Cabo that's from Mexico. He was there to like shoot some videos or something. And he mentioned, he's like, they don't like to sell weed out here. And I'm like, really? Because that's all they're trying to sell back in the U.S. And he's like, no, because they just want people to spend money, rage, party. And they can't do that if they're smoking
who's
weed.
Going to buy more.
Yeah. If people are smoking weed, you know, they want to relax, they want to sleep, they want to eat, they want to chill. They're trying to get them to a club, party, buy bottles. So we're trying to sell, you know, pills, coke, all that shit. I'm like, oh, well, good thing I just drink.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I think like back to like even Miami, to compare it to Miami, because I've gone there a couple times. And if you're on like the strip, like by the beach or whatever, there's a lot of people out there who look like they would sell marijuana. And like, I remember specifically me and my girl were having brunch, and this dude was like driving by on his bike, and like we were just like, cannabis, like marijuana, like we like said a couple things, and he like stopped, backed his bike up, and he was like, whoa, like
you were doing that?
yeah, we were like catcalling him kind of, like we were kind of like he had like a little side, those like the fanny packs. Maybe we can get this after. Every guy now loves to wear fanny packs across their shoulder and across their chest. I guess it's just the vibe.
She's like, not me.
Not shot for shot, apparently, but a lot of men these days like to wear their fanny packs across their chest.
Crossbody one.
Crossbodies.
Yeah.
So he had this crossbody on, and we are like, all right, looks like he has a little something in there. So like, kind of like catcalled him over to like the brunch table. We're like, oh, yo, like marijuana. He literally so seriously like backs up on his bike, and he's just like, yo, you guys got to be careful out here. He was like, I got arrested 2 months ago for having some marijuana on me. He was like, I got put in jail. He was like, you better be careful. And I was like, what? I was like, we literally are just trying to chill on the beach and smoke a blunt. But like, all right, so.
Yeah, Miami's not the place.
Yeah, I just been letting that go.
I thought for a second you meant they were catcalling you saying that because in Vegas, people just walk by you and they're like, this, you want this, you want this. I'm
I can imagine.
Get the fuck away from me, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's funny. I feel like it's very
it's usually
different.
never weed. It's usually all drugs.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's different wherever you go.
The only time people were like, you want weed was when I went to Jamaica, but I don't smoke weed, so.
No, I feel you, girl.
I was like, sorry, bro. You got some tequila, though?
I feel you. I'm sorry to do this to you, but I am going to bring it back to the beauty thing for one moment, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, girl.
So, like, I know that you said you did 25 weddings this year, and I just want to highlight that because that's so fucking huge. Like, being the most that you've ever done, like, I feel like that's such a come up. And I'm just wondering, like, for you, starting in the industry, being, like, a woman who's working in the beauty industry and, like, trying to get into that, do you feel like it's difficult, like being a woman, trying to make yourself a businesswoman, trying to like create like a platform for yourself, and like even maybe in the future, if you're looking to like create your own business aside from like working at your mom's shop, like, I don't know, like any female entrepreneurs listening in, like even if you're at like a small like stage or like, at your beginning stages, like, I don't know, could you give any advice on that, or just like any, like, do you feel like it's difficult, or like, I don't know, just wondering.
It's definitely difficult. I mean, my long-term goal, maybe not that long-term, because maybe in the next few years, I definitely want to have like my own little studio.
Yes.
Not like a full-blown salon, but a little studio, because I like things more personal and organized. Like I can be very like anal, as I told you. So like, I want things more organized, and I feel like you can't do that in a big spot with a lot of people under you, like, because things just bother me. I'm like,
but that means you know what you want.
I know what I like. I know what I want. But besides that, I feel like I've just been like going with it and just trying to do better each year.
Yes.
Like that's,
oh my God.
Like that's just like the goal. Like,
I love that.
I'm just like trial and error. Like this doesn't work out. But I feel like because I've been in it for a few years now, 7 years, whatever, I finally have like a decent clientele, obviously room for a lot more. But I feel like now I can be like, okay, not everyone's for me, and that's okay.
Right.
Because at first, you're trying to just grab everything because you want money,
every project.
You want money, you want clients. So it's like everything, like, I'll take it. Even if you're not that good at it, you're like, I'll do it.
Yes.
Now it's like,
I'll try to do it even if I can't do it.
Right. It's like,
shout out Shot for Shot, doing everything and everything that he can to make himself a photographer.
You just want to
take... shout him out.
Oh, no. Shout out to Shot for Shot. But it's like, you just want to take everything in. And like, I feel like now I'm getting to the point where it's like, this is what I like. This is what doesn't stress me out.
Yes.
Not everyone's for me. This is my price point. I'm not lowering it. Before I was like, people would be like, that's a little lot. So I'd be like, okay, I'll do it cheaper. Now it's like,
can I down the price for you a little? Like,
now it's like, you don't want to pay that? Then bitch, bye.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, and learning, I feel like also, like, I'm just comparing what you say to me. It's like, I do multiple different things. So it's like, I compare it to like painting for me. Like when I started painting.
Your painting is dope.
Thank you. I appreciate that. If you haven't seen, Jesse Ellie paintings, go check them out on my Instagram. But when you start painting or anything like small entrepreneur type shit, or like you're selling your own services, products, business, whatever it may be, what is your price point? How do you price yourself? How do you feel about yourself? Is it based off how many years you have? Is it based off if you went to school and got a degree? Is it based off how good you are? Like, what is it actually based off? So when I started selling my paintings, I didn't know what to price them as. Like,
You really learn as you go.
literally 100%. Like, that is the best advice. Like, you just hit it on the head. Like, for any entrepreneur, anybody tuning in who's trying to do anything, start any type of business, growing anything from the ground up, you have to learn as you go. It's like
You do. You have to fuck up
make
so
you
many
learn.
times.
Like,
You have to fuck up. You gotta fuck up.
do you ever think back and you're like, yo, like, I could have made so much more back then, but like I underestimated myself or I undervalued myself. You know what I'm saying? When you were already like at that level, but you just didn't know it yet.
There's so many people that like they'll look at say like the wedding stuff. They'll be like, "Oh, you charge that much? That's too much." But then there's other people that are like, "What? That's it?
so
That's so
cheap."
So I'm like,
Yeah.
"What? Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm looking at the wrong market. Fuck y'all." Like,
Exactly.
so-
well, that's the thing. Focusing your market, like knowing what your market is too, and knowing what your value is. I think like knowing your value is huge. Like I feel like the thing that we're taught to do also as women is like devalue ourselves. Like, so it's like, oh, we're not, like, I shouldn't charge somebody that much because I'm not good enough yet. You know what I mean? I'm not at the professional level yet. I don't have that title. So even though this is an amazing painting, I feel like I should only charge you $100 opposed to me wanting to charge you $400.
And people always try to take advantage.
Always.
So it's like you have to.
because
like,
we're all for ourselves, you know?
So
it's
once
like,
you have that time in and you know that you have a skill, that's where you're starting to be like, you know what? This is what it is. If you don't want to pay that, then it's not for you.
Right.
And that's where I'm saying I'm not for everyone.
Yeah.
You know?
And because honestly, like, if you follow that pattern, one day you'll realize there are people who will pay that. And there are people who will not question
pay
you.
more.
They'll pay more. Like, they'll be like, damn, you're like undercharging yourself. Like, they'll say it
if
to
you're
you.
charging that price, they'll be like, oh, that's hip.
Yeah.
And that's where you're like, damn.
Right. But then you take hits. You take hits on things too. And like, honestly, I'm going to be 100% like real right now. I'm going to talk so real. Like, I'm going to put a situation out on the table. Like, so I'm dropping a video. So by the time this video drops, the video I'm talking about probably will have already dropped. So I have been holding on, locking in my stash away in my box, a live painting video that I did so many months ago with my good friend Marlon O.
I think you put like a preview, right?
I did a long time. Shout out Cindy G. You a real fucking girl.
I'd be creeping.
She be creeping on me and I love it. Wait, what's the song? Creep, yeah.
Oh, and I creep. Yeah.
You're the singer.
TLC, baby.
You're the singer. Come on.
I'm not the singer. No.
Oh, the other night you were the singer. We'll get to that after.
Yeah, when I'm drunk, I'm singing. You don't want to hear it, though.
But anyway, so, you know, I had this opportunity. I got a commission painting for like, so they hit me up. They reached out to me for a commission painting. You'll hear the story. So everyone listening in, like I said, I'm about to be real fucking genuine right now, real vulnerable. I'm about to put my real openness on the table because
Don't make me cry.
That's what Also Young World's about. All right, guys, we real here. Like, not everything is fucking up and up and up. Even though you see me and you think I'm up and up, no, things happen. You know, you take hits, you take blows, and you get past them, they make you better. So I'm going to just put it on the table so everybody knows, you know, when you take a hit, you just get better from it. So, had this commission painting. Somebody hit me up. They reached out to me. They wanted a 5 foot by 4 foot canvas painting.
It's like as tall as I am.
So to the point where like I have to go out of my way, get my somebody's car and truck to go pick up the canvas because it's so big it can't fit in my car, to transport it to my house, to then transport it to a studio. Thank you. To transport it to a studio where I'm going to be doing a live painting, and I'm having my friend Marlon O, shout out Marlon O Media, Marlon O Video, record the live painting for me at the studio. So like we were going to do a whole thing. Like I was going to do like, it was like a 6 or 7 hour day of me like from scratch to like doing the sketch, but this is like weeks and weeks, like me working on a sketch, me like sending him the sketch, me making sure he likes the sketch, me projecting the sketch on the 5-foot canvas, me sketching the sketch on the 5-foot canvas, then me bringing it to the studio to set up and do the painting,
that big.
everything, you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, this is dope, biggest canvas I ever done, biggest painting I ever done. So I'm gonna drop it with this cool video, like make it a whole thing, like put out this cool picture of like this dude with this painting, whatever. Didn't work out like that, but it's fine. So pretty much, painting was finished, hit the guy up, love the painting. And I just want to backtrack a little bit. So when he had hit me up, it was like, anything you want. Like, I will pay anything for the painting. So to talk about price ranges, you know what I mean? So from starting off as like baby Jessie Ellie painter, I was like, okay, how do I value myself right now for doing a 5-foot painting? Huge canvas. It's going to take me months to do.
Charge a lot, but you don't want them to scare them away.
But I don't want to scare them. Do you know what I mean? So let's just say it was a good price point. Like it was a pretty high price point, not like breaking the bank, but like it's a 5-foot canvas and it's custom and it's cheap. Like, you know, handmade. I have a whole video coming out for it. It's like, yo, that shit's like, someday that could be worth millions. That's how I feel.
Sweat,
like
and tears
blood,
into
sweat,
that
and tears.
painting.
Like, and you have a visual video of me creating that. That's even more value onto the painting. That's how I feel.
Most paintings don't have that.
Nah. So this is special. You know what I mean? So put mad work in it, put mad love into it. You know, I had set the price point with him. He had agreed on the price point. No problem at all. You feel me? So I hit him up. I sent him the painting. Said he loved it. All that shit. I was mad hyped. I was like, okay, perfect. So I had to find a way to transfer it back from the studio to my house because it's such a big painting. It doesn't fit my car, like I said. So the transportation process in itself, on top of everything, was like a whole nother deal. So after this dude likes it, I'm like, okay, so let me know, like, you know, you can start, like, give me a payment plan or however we want to do it, whatever. I'm going to tell you 2 things I did wrong right here. I'm going to stop right now. 1, I did not set a contract. 1, I did not send him a contract. I did not have him sign a contract. I did not create a contract. I did not value myself to create a contract, so I never sent one.
Girl.
Number 2.
That's all part of the trial and error.
So this is why I'm bringing it up, because when you said trial and error, I was like, you know what? Let me put my error out there so y'all can learn from it.
It's so funny that you say that because when I started doing all these like events, like quinces, weddings, I just like, they would book me and I would be like, all right, let me know when to show up.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll
with
be
all
there.
My stuff.
These are my prices. Pay me after I'm done.
Right, no big deal.
And it took me getting fucked over, getting underpaid, me like 100%. And then me being like running after them like while they're getting dressed and like trying to like get ready and being like, where's my money? Like
exactly.
Pay me
like I'm over here. Like
or like going home and counting the money and being like, this isn't what it was supposed to be. To be like, you know what? I'm gonna make a contract. I'm gonna make sure that people sign a contract, they pay a deposit, and they pay it in full before I even do the job. So that day when we work, everything's laid out. We're all paid, we're all settled, we don't have to worry. So, and that's just part of the trial and error because I got scammed, you know?
Yep.
So it's all those little errors. So I don't really have this like big plan or thing. It's just my whole thing is just each year do better than the next.
Yo,
that's my only thing.
Cindy, the fact you can fucking say that, I'm literally gonna like hug you right now, dude. Like, let's hug.
No, but it's like, I'm not this.
We just hugged on camera, guys.
I'm not this big entrepreneur. Like, I know I studied entrepreneurship, but college didn't really do shit for me.
No, and it made me grow up. Doesn't need to, but
it made me grow up because I was out on my own, like making mistakes. But my actual degree.
Right. But people with a degree don't know that when you're an entrepreneur, you do have to go through those trial and errors.
Yeah.
So just real quick, sorry, I'm just going to briefly finish the story off. So the second mistake I made, and Cindy just brought it up, so it literally tied into what I said. I did not get a deposit. The only good thing that I did is I got the materials paid for. So that painting cost me nothing to make. So the canvas was paid for, the paint was paid for. So it cost me nothing to create except my time and my energy, my soul and my effort. You know what I'm saying? My blood, sweat, and tears like we were talking about.
But did you at least make the money off your painting?
So I made the painting, I made the video, everything came out dope. I sent it to him. He loved it, wanted to set up a payment plan. I said, great, when can we set up the payment plan? Ghosted.
But he got the painting.
He did not get the painting, but he ghosted me. So now
where's the painting?
I have it in my room. I have a giant 5-foot painting in my room. It's going to be dropping on Instagram very soon. So if you follow me on JESSIE_ELLY, it's going to be on sale. It's a Goku painting. It's super dope. He's going super sane. It has spray paint, hand painted. You got a video to go with it.
Remind me, Goku, is that like the anime?
Goku's like an anime.
Okay, anime, that's what I thought.
So, and that's the thing too.
Girl, there's so many anime lovers. You'll sell that shit.
I've never even done an anime. I was like, oh shit, look at me killing it. And
I
then
haven't
it was like,
seen your
bye.
painting, but I've seen some of your paintings and they're fucking dope.
Hey.
So I'm sure whatever you made
Shout
is
out.
good. And there's so many Goku anime lovers out there.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna look at that and be like, I want that. And charge them more than you were gonna charge this little bitch that goes in.
Hey. We don't care about him.
We don't. But in case he's listening, you're a bitch.
But anyways, so just so y'all know, super open, super vulnerable. Sometimes you have to take those losses. You have to take those hits so that you can learn. Like it literally, like I would have not learned that. Do you know what I mean? Now I know. If somebody wants a commission painting from me, I will do material cost, I will do a half down payment, and I will do a contract, and it will be signed, or I will not do a painting. Life lesson for myself, and like Cindy G said, like anybody listening who has a business, I think you can relate to this too. You just need to make sure you get your ducks aligned. You know what I mean? Know what you're asking for. Know what you want. Know what your value is.
Yeah.
And just
want
stick
something,
with
stick
it.
to it. Yeah.
Stick with it. You know
Stick
what I'm
to your
saying?
guns.
Yeah. You know, because if you don't stick to your guns, there are going to be people who try to take advantage of you.
People will try you. They'll take advantage.
Yes.
And literally what you were just talking about, those situations when they happen, they're so frustrating. It sucks. And you literally want to be like,
yes.
Ugh.
Yep.
But if that didn't happen, then it wouldn't make you do the deposit, the contract. And
It doesn't give you that lesson.
You wouldn't think to do
Right.
it. So now that they did that, you're like, all right, fuck it. I'm doing this. I'm doing a contract, do a deposit, all that. And then once you do it, everything is just flows so much more smoothly.
Yeah.
Everything's
And
so
then
much nicer.
it takes stress
And if
off your
people don't-
plate.
Yeah, and if people don't like that you're doing a deposit contract,
Yeah.
that you don't want to deal with them.
Right.
They were meant to be.
GTFO,
They were meant
you
to
feel
be.
me?
When people see contract deposit and they're like, oh no, you're like, all right, word.
Yeah.
You cut out those people that you didn't want to work with.
Right. Exactly. So, you know, I just want to put it out there for everyone. Like,
Make
if
your
you-
mistakes.
Exactly. Make your mistakes. And even if you see people like taking like wins and wins and wins and wins, they're taking those wins because they had losses. You feel me? Like
They took L's.
so many L's. Like, yo, we
You gotta take the L's
you
to
have
get
to
the
be
W's.
a loser to be a winner. Like, you have to know what it feels like to be a loser so that you can win. And when you win, you can appreciate that win. You feel me? If you're
Takes 2 L's to make a W.
yo, you have so many fucking quotes on this show tonight.
Fire.
What can I say? I took a lot of them. Not
Yeah.
just 2.
Yeah.
Not just 2 of
Yeah,
these.
and you know, I appreciate that. Like, you even saying that too, like not being like, oh yeah, like I've always like done great, and like I've never like
Girl,
you know
no.
like had somebody take advantage of me, because it's like important for other people to speak out and be like, yo, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're listening in, somebody's taking advantage of you, somebody's taking money from you, somebody's played you, somebody's ghosted you. It's not you. It's just the process needs
People
to be
will
different.
always try you. And And it sucks because everything is a social media game now.
Oof.
Everything is social media. Everyone only posts what's great, what's beautiful.
Makes you fucked up.
Yeah, so you see people's businesses and you're like, they're doing great.
Yeah.
Everything's dandy. Like, even me, my business looks great on Cindy G Beauty too. I'm doing marvelous. But y'all don't see the days where I'm sitting there doing shit, twiddling my thumbs, taking a nap at my seat.
Yeah.
Or, because
like exhausted or down.
I finally like have a good clientele that's loyal. Like, I'm busier, great wedding season, but I still have my days where I'm slow and maybe all I did was an eyebrow wax.
Right.
So like,
or even days where you're down
get
on yourself.
Yeah.
You feel me? Or like questioning it. Like, it's okay to be down on yourself.
Yeah, so you can't be discouraged by like what you see on social media because everyone looks great on social media, but even me, like I still have days where I ain't doing shit in the salon.
Me too. Me 100%. And just in general, it's like everyone sees, like, if you see the podcast popping off, yes, but like, how did I get here? Like, so many losses, like people canceling on me, people not showing up for podcasts, like things going wrong, like
same with the
audio
salon.
not recording, videos not recording, no calls, no shows, like trying to make it working with a team of people who are trying to help me, like. Y'all don't see the fucking 3, 4, 5 people behind the scenes. Like, shout out Shot for Shot. Shout out Ciroc Poppy. Shout out Baldwin. Shout out JQ. Shout out Sam. Shout out Richie Hunt. Like, shout out everybody,
Richardo Hunt.
Pele. Even, like, the little things you guys do to support me, you don't even know how much that keeps me going. You know what I mean? Like, today, seeing that, like, I'm on 2 top people's Spotify podcast for the year. Like, those 2 people made my fucking day.
Shout out to that, though.
Shout out Raph.
Shout out to that.
Oh, and on Shot for Shot. So shout out Shot for Shot. Shout out Raph the Barber. Shout out Z the Vibe Doctor. I appreciate all you listening in, and everyone else who hasn't tuned in. Please make sure you do if you're not.
All those souls.
All those souls. Young souls, old souls, and
all the souls in between.
Damn souls.
Damn souls in between.
Damn souls. You feel
me?
But very long story short, I am going to still drop that painting video. I'm still going to put that painting on sale.
Really wanna see it.
It's going to be out there. It's going to be on the Webster. So, I don't know.
I can't wait to
check it out.
It's that guy's loss because I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
It's pretty fire. I'm not going to lie. A couple people have seen it and they're like,
sure
oh,
it is.
shit.
Just based off all the paintings I've seen from you, I'm sure it's nothing but amazing.
You're hyping me up.
No.
I'm getting hot in here.
No, and if I don't really like something, I just stay quiet.
Yes.
So if I say something, it's because I mean it.
That's a real lady right there.
No, if I don't like it, I'm going to just... What you think? Oh, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I didn't hear you. No, but I am trying to manifest the condo for next year.
Ooh!
I'm trying to manifest it.
You got goals out there.
Girl.
2022.
I'm manifesting it. I've been saving money. I've been talking to people. I've been looking.
Girl.
So I'm manifesting it for next. Girl, I'm turning 30.
Cheers the fuck to that.
I cannot
Where's
keep
your fucking
living with my parents.
You got this.
I know it's different times, so
Yes.
it's not as
Yes.
easy as it was before.
No,
so
but
I can't feel like bad about myself, but it's time, you know? 30.
But it takes time to get there. You feel me? It
takes a lot of time.
And you know what the thing I'm going to give you fucking credit for? Are you moving out in the condo with a man?
No,
Are you in a relationship?
No.
Do you have someone paying half?
No.
All right, shout the fuck out to you, Cindy G.
I mean,
you doing that shit on your own.
I mean, literally, my mom said why don't you just wait until you find someone you can split costs? It's like,
but that's the mentality.
I want my own place. I don't want to wait for someone.
Yo, my mom said that to me too. I'm like, I want to buy a duplex house and I want to live in half of it. I want to rent the other half.
And what if you wait for all that and then
what?
You can't stand this bitch? You're like, oh,
you feel me?
I waited for this.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you have a goal, if you have a dream, if you have something set in your mind, and you want to do it, you can do it yourself.
Hell yeah.
Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it yourself.
Hell yes.
Don't let a man or woman have to be there to back you up or be the other half to you, because you can be the other half to you. You feel me? And I'm not just saying this because we're a little lit right now.
No, we're not.
I am saying this because it's fucking facts. And maybe we need some liquid courage, but it's facts.
Well, the point is, you don't need a fucking man to do it. And that's how...
Or a woman. You don't need
or
nobody.
anyone. And I feel like the old school way was like, oh, like you need a man to help you do this. And it's like, if I'm working just as hard as a man, why do I need a man to do that?
Right.
But my point was, going back, I mentioned that because my goal is to get a condo next year.
Yes.
And when I do, I would love to have a painting in my condo by you.
Oh my God.
That was my point.
That's
was my point.
I'm gonna cry, guys. I'm crying right now.
Because I feel like
Cindy, anything that you want, send me a fucking picture of it and I'll make it for you. I 100%
I won't ghost you.
No. You know what? I don't even charge you for that shit,
I just block you on everything and just disappear out of the country, move to
my
Mexico.
hair and makeup for a photo shoot.
Just so that I don't have to pay for the painting. Go to Mexico.
I'm gonna follow you to Mexico, bitch. Watch out.
Right.
And then when we get there, we're gonna start drinking Prosecco. We're just gonna party,
Forget
so
about
like
it.
won't even be a thing.
We don't even come back. No, but I feel like because I've been manifesting, like even when I go to stores and I see like paintings or little cute things, I'm like, that'll be cute when I have my place. That'll be cute.
Yes.
So it's like, I feel like that's just part of manifesting. And like the more you like think about it, dream about it, like plan on it, I feel like it just has to happen. The more you focus on it, the more you're like zoned in. It's like that's gonna happen. And I'm so zoned in, it's gonna happen. And
Cindy G.
your painting's gonna be somewhere in there.
Are you visualizing it already?
Yeah, and your painting's gonna be somewhere in there.
Over a coffee table, over a couch. What's it gonna be? What are we feeling?
Depends what it is and the vibe is, but
She
it's
sees it though.
It's gonna be there. And I'm visualizing it, and your painting's gonna be in there. I literally bought this like cute like you know how they have those like skulls in Mexico, the sugar skulls or whatever, and it's
I bought a couple of cups with that.
I bought like this ceramic one that you hang on the wall, and I was like, that's going in my apartment, and I bought it.
Yes.
So
That's fun.
you just gotta manifest.
Cindy, you're giving me so much. You're giving me so
manifest it.
much
You gotta
right now.
manifest it.
Guys, everything Cindy's saying is facts. I feel like you're my spirit animal. I didn't know it before tonight, but I think you're my spirit animal. But like manifestation is visualization. You feel me? Like you have to envision it. You have to wake up every day saying, this is it. I will have this. Like when Cindy just said, when I have my apartment next year, I will have my painting in it. She didn't say, if I get my apartment. She said, when I have my apartment. It's the way that you word things. It's the way that you think about it, you care about it, and it puts, people don't believe in energy, so I'm gonna just try to cut this short.
Do you do a vision board? Sorry to cut you off.
I haven't done a vision board, but I've thought about it. Have you?
Yeah.
You think it helps?
I think so, because the more you look at it and see your goals on it every day, like when you wake up, it just like
Helps you picture it.
it like pushes it more. Gives like you look at it and you're like, damn, I gotta do this.
Facts.
So you gotta do it.
And I feel like if you don't have a vision board, like have a mental vision board. Like be every day when you wake up, like say it out loud, like manifest it verbally. Be like, I will have that apartment next year. I will have my business start next year. Yeah. I will be at this spot. I will have this much money. Or if you're not a speaker, I write things down in my notebook. I've made goals for myself. By this date, I will have this. Yeah. On this date, I will have this.
Journaling is great too.
Sometimes
I've been slacking on that.
Like anything, like guys, it's just about like putting it out there. Like if you keep keeping it in and you keep shoving it in, and then you just like are like, well, that you can't believe in that. That doesn't even sound possible.
The more you like hammer it and say it, and
it sounds possible.
It pushes you to actually make it happen.
Yes.
So like like that's like even when I was starting weddings, going back to that, I used to be like, I want to do at least 10 this year.
Right.
I want to do at least 15.
Right.
And it was, I want to do at least 20. Look at me, I did 25.
25!
So now I'm at the point where it's like each year I want to do more.
Yes.
So it's like if you just keep like hammering that, you have a number set and focus on it.
Right.
It's just like you just do the work.
Right.
It's not like you just say it and it magically happens. The more you say it, the more you like get annoyed of yourself and you do the work and it happens. Like,
and it's not easy work. It's not always easy. I think that's the thing too, guys. Like, and like you seem like a very extrovert. Are you an extrovert? Do you consider yourself?
I feel like I'm more introvert.
It's so funny because I see you as an extrovert. So, but like,
it depends who I'm around.
Okay.
And my
like
mom,
if you're comfortable.
My mom says it all the time in the salon because like before they're like, oh, she's so shy, she's so timid, she doesn't talk. Like a lot of times I'm the quiet one in the salon because I don't know if you know, but it's my mom and sometimes another lady, and they're both older, and then it's me.
Okay.
So it's a lot of like there are people and they're talking loud, and then I'm usually quiet, just like doing my work. But then with certain people, I talk a lot and I'm fun. And it's like, oh, where did this come from? And it's like, I just have to like feel comfortable with you or like have that vibe with you. If not,
Facts.
I'm not really going to talk a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess it depends who I'm around. A lot of people will consider me introvert, but like when I'm, say, with you guys, you know,
Yeah.
Richie, Baldwin, Little Richie, it's like,
Yeah.
people
Like
would
the
think
real you gets to come out.
People would think I'm an extrovert. Yeah.
Right.
So it's
so
just,
it depends on the crowd, I guess.
yeah, I have to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And my dad's the same way. He's very quiet, but when he's with these people, he's fucking obnoxious.
Right. But I feel like no matter whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, you can still, like, whatever way it is, like, whether it's saying it out loud, writing it down, visualizing mentally, you can still create those goals for yourself. Don't ever limit yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to go back to what Cindy said. What'd you say about every year if you're better? Is that what you said?
So, because you were asking, like, as like business and work, like, what is your plan? What do you do? And I'm like, I don't really have one. My whole thing is just be better, better each year. Each year,
so
just
like,
be better.
If you think back, even though you don't remember the exact moment or day or what you were in, like today, last year, but if you were to compare today this year to today last year, like, how would you feel about that? Do you feel like you're on the come up?
I mean, it's tough when you say today last year because last year was a damn pandemic. Everyone was screwed. Everyone was screwed.
But I feel like mentally, you know what I'm saying? Like just where you're at as a soul, let's say. Yeah. Also young word.
No
pun intended. Pun intended.
It's tough because you go through the motions. Some days are good, some days are bad. But you learn more about yourself, especially as you're getting older, the more you're in the business.
Yeah.
You know what works for you. You know what things you should cut out.
Facts. I feel like that's the thing too, like just being able to, I don't know what the word is.
You find your niche.
Your niche, yes. You find it and you just,
your niche,
and you just, you define it and you make it, more smaller and just more focused.
Yeah.
Like
I was saying earlier, when you start, you want to do everything and have everyone come to you.
Right.
But now I'm at the point where it's like,
I don't need everyone.
Yeah, and I'm cutting a lot of services out and I'm like, I want to do this. And when you cut things out and focus on one thing, you become so much better at that. Because you can become great at a million different things.
Hacks.
So when you kind of like cut down and then like focus on that, then you become a fucking master.
Right. Like an expert.
Yeah, you become amazing.
Yeah, when you focus in on.
Yeah.
Exactly. I feel you. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to bring up, I have a question and then I would like to bring up something that I feel like relates to our conversation throughout the night. Quick question for you. You might have heard this on my other podcast. You may have not. But I try to ask all my guests this. So, you don't have to answer it if you don't want. If you want to, feel free.
I'm leaving.
So pretty much, I just want to know from your own self, like through whatever you've been through in your life, whoever Cindy G is, whatever goes on in your mind, your heart, your soul, what do you feel like it means to be an old soul in the young world? Even if you're not an old soul in the young world, just kind of like, what do you take that as? What do you think being an old soul means?
An old soul in a young world. Oh wow, you really threw me off with that question.
I did. I just whipped it out.
Wow.
Or just like in general, like if you heard other people say like, "Oh, you're an old soul," you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just kind of like, how do you take that?
I don't know. When I think of that, first thing I can think of is you're not so like materialistic. Because I feel like the young world now is like all about being like showing off and being flashy and being materialistic and trying to have it all. And I feel like when you're an old soul, it's really not about that. Like you'll realize that's just like very empty. Like you can have it all, but when you like sit back, you just feel empty.
Cindy, I think I'm going to marry you after this podcast. All right. Like, yo, she's handing me this. Are you putting this on my finger? Where's my finger? I already have a ring on there for me. Oh, no, we're good. All right, guys, we just got married on the podcast. We have the same views about everything.
Bye,
so here we are. Bye. We're actually buying a condo together next year.
Yeah. I didn't want a roommate, but I guess I have one now.
No, but for real.
That's my first take on it.
You literally just like hit the nail on the head. Like, and it's funny, I don't think anyone in their answer who I've asked that to who has ever first said being materialistic, like has ever added that into the definition. And that's something that is the reason why I separate myself from this world. Like, I felt like since I was young, like I didn't care about materialistic shit. I didn't care about purses. I didn't care about shoes. I've never had like brand name shit. Like maybe like I have a North Face jacket. Like I've never had designer purse. Yeah, you feel me? But like,
yeah,
I've never had like red bottoms. Like you feel just like those things that like people show off, or like that's all that their life consists of is showing off materialistic shit
and
that they have.
wanting people to be like amazed by it,
or doing anything for it, or being with anyone, or like giving anything to have those items. When it's like, but when you sit down with me, what do you have? Like, what could you bring to the table? What do you?
It ain't shit.
Nothing. Like, what's in your soul? You feel me? And then it's like. So, you know, and it's not bad to appreciate fashion or materialism or like whatever, but like what Cindy said, like in the young world, what we focus on is materialistic shit.
It's very flashy.
Very flashy,
it's very flashy.
You know, very like, go, now.
Better, who's doing better than who looks better than who.
Right.
Like even now it's like, oh, these pants cost this purse costs this, I got my lips done, my hair.
And it's like, if you have all that and you post the shit on Instagram, 9 billion likes.
You're amazing.
Like, oh, because you have all this stuff that costs money. Like, but
then you
strip
actually,
all that shit off you, though.
After that, it's like...
take your eyelashes off, take your lip fillers out.
You hear them talk and you're like, oh my God, like my brain is frying. So I feel like a lot of that old soul is just like taking joy in the simple things and quality time.
Facts.
And people close to you.
Facts.
And just the simple things.
Yes.
The things you can't buy.
Right. Because, you know, guys, like time is only, I don't even know what to call time. It's non-existent, but it is real. Like tomorrow, somebody who is here today could not be here. You feel me? Somebody who you could have a conversation with today could not be here to have that conversation tomorrow.
Really take advantage of the people you love, because
appreciate that. Tell them you appreciate them. Honestly, I annoy the fuck out of my team telling them how much I appreciate them. I think I kind of creeped them out in the beginning.
Oh my God, yeah. Me too. I'll be like, yo, I love you. They'll be like, you okay? I'm like, shut up, I love you.
Feel me?
Shut up.
Yo, I would like thank Baldwin and Richie and JQ for everything. I mean, guys, you don't know how much this means to me. Like, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. To the point where I feel like they're like, just stop saying thank you. And I'm like, but I fucking love you guys.
Shout out to Baldwin. I feel like every time we get drunk, we're like, I love you, bro. He's like, I love you. No,
shout out me and Cindy getting drunk the other night and freestyling for 5 hours.
Freestyling forever. Oh my God. I thought it was
I'm like, should we put a small clip right here of us freestyle?
After all the tequila and freestyling for 2 hours, I'm like, I'm going to be a rapper.
Yo! Can we start a like salt and pepper crew number 2?
I'm like, fuck doing hair. I'm gonna fucking make money.
Salt and pepper here.
Yeah.
Jesse and Cindy here.
Female rappers are on the come up. I'm the next one.
Hey. We got Sweetie and Cardi B in the studio tonight. You feel me, though?
Fuck them. I'm gonna do better than them.
Yo, that's the energy I like.
Yeah, no.
That's like 2022 energy right there.
The tequila vibes.
The tequila vibes.
No,
but for real, we did meet up on, what was that, Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving night,
That was a night. Thanksgiving night.
Yeah.
You know, we had a great day with our families, and we were like, you know what? We're going to come to the studio. We're all going to drink and listen to some music. We ended up getting pretty lit off Prosecco tequila that you brought from Mexico, actually. It was pretty bomb.
Shout out to Roderi. That was actually the bottle she gave me from Mexico.
Shout out Roderi.
Love you, Roderi.
Appreciate you, girl. So we all got super lit that night, and we just like freestyled until I think 2 a.m. And it was a great time.
It got to the point where like, it's mad late. Why are we still freestyling?
So Cindy was like sitting on the floor next to this couch.
I was literally on the floor just freestyling with the mic.
On the couch. Let me put my legs up. I was like on the couch like this and feet. Oh shit. I was in fetal position on the couch and she was like beneath me and I was like rapping and she was like singing in the mic. Like we were just I don't even know.
See, that's where
it was like a girl band vibe.
Remember when people said I could sing? No, that's when I think I can sing.
We harmonized.
I was like, ooh. Like, no.
Oh shit.
I listen back and I'm like,
no facts.
Make it stop.
And since we talked about that and like girl vibes and like, starting like businesses and being like entrepreneurs.
I have to be. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we'll pause. So, since we've been talking about like your business and like, my business and just powerful women and people trying to do stuff and make more of themselves, just want to shout out my girl Rihanna. She was actually fucking love her.
Fucking love her.
She could be in a like threesome marriage type vibe. That's how much I love her.
Upset she's not really making music anymore, but she's being a boss bitch, so I'm not even mad.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I feel like she, limited what she wanted to do, and she was like, music isn't my thing. It was what got me into the industry and gave me my fame.
Good at it.
And now it's like, okay, fashion, doing my thing, promotion, modeling, whatever. But so recently, within the last week or so, well, it'll probably be 2 weeks when this podcast comes out, Barbados got separated into a republic. So it's now its own separate republic, which is huge. Shout out Barbados and, the moves that they're making over there. But they also honored Rihanna there for just being like...
I just saw that.
Yeah, like an influential woman and like everything she's contributed to the country because, if you follow her, like she does so many give backs.
Yeah.
That's the thing I love about Rihanna. Like she doesn't forget where she comes from.
And act like, oh no, I'm too good now.
Yeah, like she knows exactly where she comes from and she always reps that. And she, no, you're good. She always reps that and she always brings that to fruition. And I feel like, that's contributing to the goodness of the society or whatever. But she's just like a female entrepreneur that I look up to. Like, I don't know if you have any you look up to, but she's somebody for me who like, I've always been like, damn girl, you've been doing your thing.
Yeah.
And even her coming out with like the lingerie line and everything like that. And I know you saw the
Fenty shows.
The Fenty show, right?
I just watched it Monday, actually, her latest one. Watched it with my parents.
Yeah.
And literally, like, I would watch it and see all the dance moves and be like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But usually my parents, old school Dominicans, they would be like, what the fuck is that? What are they doing? Like, why are they doing that? But like, I was shocked because even my dad was like, that's on point. That's amazing. They're like, oh shit. Like, oh, this is perfect. So like,
it's very
that
classy.
Just shows that like, it just like,
universal.
It's universal. And like she nailed it and it's so planned out and like perfect. Like between the dance moves, this one, the diversity, the location, the music. It was just like, you can tell like it was just so planned out and she made and like they just hammered it until it was perfect. That like anyone that sees it is like, that's dope.
Well, I was going to shout her out too because diversity is huge. Like you've never had to ask Rihanna. I think that's the thing. Like, she's never had to make the mistake where it's like, okay, you've been like culturally inappropriate or you've like left out people so that we have to change things. It's always like she's included like, diverse models and everything she's done, different races, different sizes, different everything.
That's what I love
disability.
Too. When you watch it, there was a girl that had like no legs. She had like she had what's it called? I'm sorry,
like a prosthetic.
She had two prosthetics. There's people that have like their skin that's all like
discolored or like whatever.
And then they have people that are plus size, skinny, in between.
And it's like walking one after another. Yeah. It's like there's no separation between Rihanna's
every
models.
Color, they're all dancing. They're all wearing the same thing.
Right.
And it's like, at one point, like some of his family was like, oh, what do they have them up there doing? I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's like, say Victoria's Secret when they do their show. Everyone's fucking skimpy, skinny.
Like, I can't even relate. You feel
They're not
me?
even a zero. They're like a 000. So it's like, you look at that and what makes me want to buy it? I'm not going to look like that.
Right, 100%.
But you see girls that look like you and they're rocking it. They're looking great. So you're like, let me buy that because I'll look good in that too.
Right, exactly.
But like, if you always just see little girl, like skinny size 0 girls,
know.
what makes you feel like that looks good on her, but not me?
Facts. And
So I
thankfully,
love that
we're
about
finally
Fenty.
getting into that a little bit more,
Yeah.
like the diversity and stuff. But I feel like Rihanna has been the key, like, queen of starting that in the fashion
Yeah.
industry. Like, now I feel like
love
other people
it.
are starting to incorporate, like, you know, like plus size and like
should.
all that. But it's like, why haven't we been? So
Right, because it's like, how much of the world is
2022.
How much of the world is a size 0?
like 2% maybe.
Right. So why are you only showing and catering to that?
Facts.
Like,
Facts.
literally. And I'm like, even at one point, they're like, oh, look at her, like, dancing, and she's all big. And I'm like, you know what that is? That's confidence that you don't have.
Exactly. And it's showing that.
Learn something. Mm-hmm. And her being confident, dance like that with all that, it makes me feel more confident
That's
about
like
myself.
people hating
So
on
I
Lizzo.
like that.
You feel me? It's like Lizzo can go shake her ass wherever she wants. Like, that's good for you, girl. Like,
It makes you be like, I should too.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
Why am I feeling insecure?
exactly.
So I like that. I'm all about it.
Exactly.
Shout out to that. Shout out to Rihanna.
We all about business women on this show.
Shout out to Rihanna. Shout out to diversity. Shout out to all the damn bodies. Shout out to the curves.
Shout out to all y'all.
Shout out to the curves.
Shout out to the curves, the skinnies.
Shout out to carbs.
Shout out to carbs. Shout out to diets. Whatever you want to choose. Shout out to you.
Whatever you want to be it, but don't bash whatever someone else wants to be.
Oof. Can you say it one more time?
Whatever you want to be it. Be it with pride. Love it. But whatever someone else wants to be, let them
bash
be.
it. Don't bash that.
Let them be and mind your business.
Oof. Let them be and mind your business. And you know what, guys? We're going to end it on that tonight. Cindy G Beauty, thank you so much for
Got
coming
your girl
on.
looking like a real fucking cutie.
Yo,
You know,
facts.
that's a vibe's fault.
Yo,
that's a vibe's
Can you
fault.
plug yourself so their girl can look like a cutie? Where should they hit you up?
At Cindy G Beauty on Instagram or cindygbeauty.com because it's official, baby.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me,
Thank
Jessie.
you for
This
being
was such a good
on.
time. Everyone check out Jessie because she's a fucking artistic boss.
Crying. Everybody, tune in again next week with your host, Jessie Ellie, on Old Soul in a Young World.